Hey, hi everybody. I'm here this evening with Claudio. Hello, Claudio.
Hello, Sister
Oh,
Karen. How
I
you
thought I'd
doing?
knocked it off then. I just put the thing down the bottom of the page on my phone. Whew. Anyway, yes, we're here today because Claudio has a new video called Estate Redemption. So that's what you're going to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. The spiritual and the physical part of the estate that everybody is trying to get access to. So we've uncovered some really good, important information, and it's all fitting with the Bible, the stars, and what every country has as far as public guardian and trustees.
Yes.
I mean,
And
everybody,
why Estate? Because obviously that means something, doesn't it? That you're going to explain.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we all want to be able to use, we all know that we're an heir of something. We're heir of Mother Nature, an heir of abundance without being in debt. And so I did a little presentation on our Wednesday meeting, and then I did another presentation in front of a group of 40 people. So
Wow.
it's pretty awesome, and so I'd like to share it with you.
Of course, please do.
Okay, so this first slide is titled "The Forgotten Inheritance," the inheritance that we always knew we have, but we chase the wrong thing. We're chasing the money instead of the Mother Earth. So because before we were born, before birth, we were free, but after registration, we became lost in fiction, right? This fiction that we're all talking about. Each soul is born with a divine inheritance, abundance, freedom, and peace. But through this registration process, there's a separation, a silent creation of a separation. So each soul enters this world as a divine expression, already whole and provided for, but through unseen contracts and hidden assumptions, that wholeness is divided, and that is mirrored with karma. So we have to understand karma if we want to get access to our estate. As an estate is like a whole life insurance policy that was created in our name. So I want to say that again. It's important that we understand that there's a whole life insurance policy that was created in our name and that can relieve all our debts. So the commercial industry has been benefiting off your estate via debt-based monopoly money type banking system, keeping everyone in karmic, seemingly perpetual state. Get it? State. The E-state. The E-state. Your mind is in a state of mind, and every one of us is. There is no they. It's only us. We're doing it to ourselves. That's what's important to know. So this fits why the whole banking system is transforming to digital currency, because it's an attempt so they can hide their monopoly money, which becomes zero. When we do what we're going through right now, what we're going to do with our estate, this monopoly money that everybody's using becomes zero, nothing, and then we just go back to sharing the lands. So this slide is a remembrance that we didn't lose something, but we're about to reclaim something. So your estate is waiting for you in an E state of mind. So this is very freeing. So if you look at this image, it's you. You're walking down, you have a choice. There's a labyrinth. Do you want to go into this concrete jungle, or do you want to get into the lavishness of the abundance that Mother Nature provides us all day long? We provide all the abundance. We just don't need a corporation to share that. So my buddy Brady, because my buddy Brady he's right all over this stuff, and he's the one that won that case where they discontinued the case. But you have to understand what discontinued means in a court case. When a court case is discontinued, that means they can't do anything with the estate, and the public guardian and trustee had to have been notified, but yet they didn't notify them, and that's what we're doing now. Because he proved that all the documents that we possess the Crown owns it. They own those
Yeah.
documents, so they have to be there and joinder anytime you're there in the courtroom. So it meets with the queen in the heavens, Isis, Eris, Madonna, McTuckawada, whatever you want to call her, pure love. Of course, we're in joinder with her. So we are in joinder with the queen, but not the one that's in the physical, the one that's in the heart. So Galatians says, what I'm saying, as long as, this is Galatians 4:1 in a New International Version. Read between the lines now. What I'm saying is that as long as an heir is under age, and we'll get back to what age means in a minute, he is no different from a slave, although he owns the whole estate. The heir is subject to guardians and trustees until a time set by his mother. This should be say mother, and I'll explain that in a minute. So also when we were underage, we were in slavery under the elemental spiritual forces of the world. The elemental spiritual forces of the world are karma. It's karma. It's karmic. So we're under our own karma, which the government seems to be the one that delivers it to us, rightfully so, but they have to stop now because the clock has been set by the mother. The phoenix has risen. It's on the Egyptian walls. It's in the stars. It's in the Bible, Revelation 12:1. The age is the age of Aquarius. And this is what's on the Dendera zodiac. This is John the Baptist, age of Aquarius, pouring the metaphysical waters, the metaphysical floods on the Piscean age to free us in this bondage that we've connected during the Piscean age, during the Jesus age, during the two fish age. You can see that they're all in bondage, but pure love is inducing them. So we're now come of age, we can have the wisdom to get access to our estate, but it's not money you're going to get access to. It's the administration that you don't have any more debts. Any questions so far before I move along?
No, I'm listening very intently. Yeah, thank you very much, Claudio.
Right. So there's the name and the game. Your name is not your soul. The paper is not the person. Why do we carry around so many documents to say who we are not? The driver's license, passport, social insurance
Because
number.
the Romans ran us.
I'm sorry?
Because the Romans ran us.
But there is no they. It's us. We are the Romans. We reincarnate. We're infinite. We can't blame anyone but ourselves and ourselves. So when we get out of the blame game and playing victim, you need to know this to get access to your estate. You have to go with love. It's time now. We've had 2,000 years of doing whatever we wanted, and we accumulated some karma. We'll talk about that. So what is the spiritual distinction between the legal person, the corporate fiction, and the living soul? The legal identity we answer to is not who we truly are. It's a role, a mask, a vessel in commerce, but not the living essence, breath, the essence of breath, the us, the soul, the essence. So the game only works if we forget who we are, right? We don't realize that we're souls in this journey, an infinite journey. We think this is our only life. So we try to get as much as possible. We become materialists, which only comes back to bite us. That's the karmic game. So awareness begins the unwinding. We have to have this awareness. So the trust and the trespass. What was held in trust, we unknowingly claimed as a debt. By claiming the all caps name, many step into the role of trustee, the liable party rather than the beneficiary. So we want to play with the money, but it's the money that causes the inflation. We'll talk about that. So we got to get out of the monopoly game. We got to close the board. We got to get out of the system, leave the matrix. There's many words for it, but it's just you individually, each one of us individually that are connected as a whole have to stop playing the game. We want to stop playing with the monopoly money. We want to stop hoarding things. So peaceful trespass and karmic burden. By misunderstanding the roles, many act as trustees instead of the heirs, carrying burdens that were never theirs to bear. But every trespass can be forgiven through truth, humility, and peaceful correction. This is the mirror of karmic debt versus a debt to society. This must now fall. We no longer keep each other in karmic debt. We've been playing the Hatfields and McCoys with each other. There is no they. When you have karma delivered to you, it's from one person, and that person you're in debt with from previous lifetimes. You have to get over this hurdle. When you get over this hurdle, we get to claim the estate because we now understand that we're from pure love. I know we talk about that all the time, hey Karen? Being
Yes,
being
you do,
lovey-dovey.
Claudio.
So the act of redemption, with one act of truth, the soul remembers itself. There's a symbolic and lawful process of estate redemption in the physical now, giving a $1 gift of non-public money, i.e. monopoly money. This is a token, a placebo gesture that you've cleared your karmic past by asking for forgiveness, not forgiving. Forgiving is a third step. Asking everyone for forgiveness and for asking for forgiveness for being part of the debt-based monopoly game over the past lifetimes. A process of spiritual clarity, not commerce. Redemption is not transaction, it's transformation. The scroll, the tender, the affidavit, these are tokens of intent to step into truth. Redemption restores our rightful heir in a peaceful, loving way. Some people are gaining access to their inherent rights of abundance from Mother Nature. So be aware of playing the prodigal son or daughter looking for riches, more monopoly money. This is the story of Icarus flying too close to the sun and burning his wings. There's people out there that are trying to get $1 billion. When you go get a mortgage, you're an enemy of the state, because what you're allowing them to do is usufruct. Usufruct means making money off of somebody else's property. So when you get a $100,000 mortgage, they book future value and plus a multiplier. So they
And
take
an
out over
endowment policy on
$2 million.
your life,
Right. They
a
take out over
separate one, not one that you took. They took it on your behalf to make them money.
Right. So if you go to $100,000 mortgage, they're printing $2 million. That's causing inflation. So by us staying in the credit game, which is not, it's a debt-based system, playing with the monopoly money, we're allowing the prodigal sons and daughters, including ourselves, to keep hyperinflating and just keep each other in karma, because now we won't share and we keep delivering karma to each other. Because when we don't share, your next life will be in lack of abundance, because when we don't share, we'll come back and have a lack. So it's important that we get back to our loving, sharing selves. So you clear your karmic past with the 5-step forgiveness process. You can go on our website to see that under intentions, udemy.com under intentions. That 5-step forgiveness process is there, plus a whole document. When you do this, you clear the way. So this is in Canada. This Dominion note pre-1933, again, this is placebo, but it still has the flow. When your heart is as light as a feather and you're doing it will trigger the public guardian and trustee to administer your estate. In other words, you're not going to get any money. They're just going to take care of every bill you ever have. You go get a credit card, you go buy something, it will be zeroed out. People are doing it. It's happening. But it won't happen for you. It'll go to the wrong desk or get lost in the mail if you're not doing your work. It's really important you understand this. So this with a document telling the PG&T that they're responsible to administer the estate, which it's in the law. And again, Brady brilliantly, with help of others, but he's steered us into a beautiful, beautiful path. So we're in this process of letting the PG&T know that they need to administer our estate, and they are the one that has to. But you got to do it with love. These people don't know, but we're educating them, and they have to do it. But they're angels. The public guardian trustee per Galatians 4, they're the angels. Every one of us is angels towards each other, but we also can deliver each other's karma, and that has to stop. So returning to the garden, all that we need is already here. Visualize the fruits of redemption: clean water, shelter, peace, and spiritual abundance. The law of the land, natural rights, and grace come alive again when the fiction is set aside. When you step into your soul's journey, the Gadu Naganina, that is the unwritten constitution. We don't need pieces of paper to make agreements. The ancient Indians that walked this North America lands would say that to each other. Gadu Naganina, that means one plate, one spoon. They share the lands. No one owns anything. That's my apple tree doesn't work anymore. Mother Nature makes so much abundance, we don't have to worry about anything. Everything on the shelves belongs to us. That's why those instant automated tellers are there. Because we're not going to no longer need a credit card to go buy groceries. You just scan it. The scanning machine is there. And so it lets people know in other countries that we need some more food and we share the lands because we'll want to. Because Babylon falls. When all the banks, insurance companies, governments, when all those crumble, because they will, stock market, all those people will have nothing to do and they'll just do what they love to do and sharing the lands so we can help get the food everywhere where it needs to go. There's more than enough food on the lands to feed everyone. And then when we get everybody to just focus on sharing the lands, it's game over. Monopoly game is over. We have to stop trusting in money and trust in the people. If you can't trust people, then you won't get your estate redemption. You won't, because we're unity. We have to love each other and go back to sharing. There's no choice. Profit is stealing. So walking in peace, we claim nothing but our truth. We own nothing but love. This is the essence of spiritual sovereignty, to walk gently, stand lawfully, and honor the sacred trust of life itself. The journey home is one of presence and acceptance that we are united. To walk in peace is to remember we are here to submit to love, to shine our lantern of wisdom. This is the final act, to walk forward in harmony with clean hands and a clean heart. So we've created a 21-page document that explains this, and you can get it on our website, udemy.com, and if you go under law, you'll see a customized chat GPT for law and estate redemption.
Claudio, is there any way it could be made just a little bit bigger?
This here?
Yeah, because it's not. That's it. That's perfect.
So this is just a table of contents. And in there, you can, it also has the, where is that? Layman's explanation. You can tell a child of where we're at in this whole game and how to do an estate redemption. So read this document because it shows you both what needs to be done spiritually and physically to have the public guardian and trustee, your angels, to take care of you. It's happening all around the world. So the people of the United States are already successful in doing this. We're the first ones starting it in Canada, but there is a lady doing a different process, and she already has the public guardian and trustee taking care of all her bills. So it's happening. It's now. But if you don't want to wait for the 100th monkey effect, which is going to happen when about 144,000 people get it, because then everybody starts just knowing it, it's just going to happen. So if you want to wait, do your spiritual work so that the physical work works for you. And that's it for this little presentation on the estate redemption. It's a state of mind. There is no they. Nobody's doing anything to you. It's you doing it to you. And we are unified, and we always give each other guidance on the way home. And so sometimes the guidance doesn't feel good, and we play victim.
What? Because we've got to be responsible for ourselves, really.
Yeah, and we don't realize that what we've done in past lives show up to us. And we don't realize that it's guidance. And when it doesn't feel good, we play victim. The memories are in the waters. We know that from Dr. Masaru Emoto, right?
I suppose it's just this world we live in, isn't it, Claudio? It's not set up the way we should be, really. You know, like we should be more communicative with each other, talk to each other more, see each other more. Everything should be different. And their world is all about separation and keeping away and getting on your phone. And
But there is no they. We are that.
no, they. Oh, what? They show you something.
Go down the street. People don't share. Go everywhere. How many people talk about immigrants? They don't want them in our country. It's us.
Yeah, we're all immigrants, really.
Yes. No, you look at the, just go talk, just listen to people talk. They're
Ask,
manifesting, everybody's manifesting our reality, and then we want to blame it on someone
ask,
else. It's
asking on
us.
that, what's in your bloodline, Claudio?
Which lifetime? I'm infinite.
No, like the one that you know, like from your, like I know that my mum and dad's, no, my dad's family are German and French and Jewish. My mum is Welsh. After that, I'm pretty sure that she's probably Spanish when the history goes back. It's just the name. This one's crazy. Listen, I have to tell you, this is something completely different. But one of my relatives in the 1300s crowned King David the Second, I think it is, in 13 something or other. He was a kid, married to a kid. That's a bit strange, isn't it? But he did that. I think he was a Knight Templar, to be honest, and he died not long afterwards. But that's crazy. Like, and after that, all kings were crowned the same, so they say. But
But
if
see,
we were nicer to
that's
each
where
other,
we failed. Titles.
well, that's because the other things took over on that score.
No, it's all,
But
but it's all us. We wanted somebody to look up to. We think that there's a savior outside of us. It's us. We're creating it. But guess what? It goes away now, and there's nobody has a choice because we are out of the Piscean age. We're in the age of
we have to
forgiveness.
be
So
our own saviors, don't we, in this
but
place?
you are the one you've been waiting for. If you don't get that part, then you will still have wave after wave reminding you, showing you, guiding you, the animals, the
I've
insects,
got something for
numerology.
you, Claudio. How
Huh?
do you live your life? Do you live your life inside out or outside in?
I don't really understand that question because we are both, but there's no
Well,
such thing as
basically,
there's
you
no
have
such
to
thing
live
as duality.
with
So
everything that you've said. You have to live inside out. You're not living outside in. You're not living in the trees, are you? You're living in you out. But a lot of people live outside in, and that's where the. I'm not saying you can't get a car or have a holiday, but that's where the cars, the holidays, the monopoly money, that's all in the outside, and people are living in there. You
yes,
have to
material.
live in, you have to
Yes,
live in yourself.
we have to keep one foot in the waters, the spiritual waters, and always, and it's back now. That's why there's a metaphysical flood, Aquarius, the river of etheric waters. We get to remember that we're infinite and we are the gods and goddesses. As it says in Psalm 82:6, I said, ye are all gods, plural. God means manifest. God means coming from the inside to out. That's what God stands for. The glyph of God is the two Fibonacci spirals, the G and the D. They're just like the 6 and a 9, the face of God. And we're from pure love, the mother, the divine feminine. The
So
feminine is with
crazy, Claudio.
us.
At the moment, on the screen, my little dog, the other way round, is looking at your icon in the picture. The little dog, the
And
god.
mine is looking at you.
Well, you've gone back to your icon now. I, you to me.
Yeah, I stopped sharing.
Yeah, that's okay. Because you make all those pictures as well, don't you?
AI does, yep. And I add things to them and doctor them up a little bit to get a little bit more of a message across. But yeah.
Do you feel that people are really waking up now?
Absolutely, 100% go on YouTube. It's all over. I only allow beautiful images to come up on my screen because I want my waters to be as pure as possible. So when you do that, watch all the people that come up. There's people that have already left the E state of mind. They don't have any money, they don't have nothing. They just go and they gather together and they share. There's already people doing it. It's happening. It's happening like crazy. We're the ones. We are the they. We are the they that's slowing it down because we want the monopoly money. We want the game. I want buildings. I want Tartaria. I want all the concrete jungles. I want Toronto. I want London. I want all the, New York. Well, that's the outside. Like you said, we're living on the outside. We're not living on the inside where love is.
The thing is that you might have a thing that a lot of people don't have. You might have empathy. and other things, and a lot of people don't have it.
No, they inherently have it, and they're going to get it because they're being induced by love. It's called the Phoenix Rising. No one is exempt. No one. Everyone will start precessing.
But I think that's the vibration they don't like, isn't it? The one that they're playing against us. You can't get greater than a love vibration, and they don't like that one. Well, I know you say they, there's no they, but you'd rather us in a mundane state rather than a happy, loving state.
But guess what? They're being induced by love. They have no choice. Resistance just hurts them more and more. I use the example of Jay Leno. Jay Leno's got over almost about 150 something, over 150 cars and over 150 motorcycles. When you look at his chart, if anybody wants to go do the astrology on his chart, and make sure you have Eris turned on and Icarus, and you'll see that Eris, which is the divine feminine, and Icarus is the wings. So he did really good in a previous lifetime, whatever he imagines he gets. But the story of Icarus is if you float too close to the sun, you burn your wings. Well, he's already getting in all kinds of accidents. In around Christmas time in 2023, he was under his car. I'm not judging. I'm just stating facts that we all need to learn from, and I would be more than happy to help him if he hasn't seen a light yet. He was working underneath one of his car. Gasoline fell on his face and ignited. That's like winning a lottery. How does that happen? So I got the exact time and date of the event. It's in his chart. So that wouldn't have happened to him if he started getting away from materialism. 3 weeks later, he was out on one of his bikes and he crashed and broke all kinds of bones. I also looked at that one. It's in his chart. So these energies are there to remind us, so no matter who you are, you're still human, tethered to pure love, and you will cleanse if you don't go to the narrative of love. So it's happening. It's happening to everyone. So there is no they, there's only we. And the only way we gain power is through love. And the only way to let that love shine through is through forgiveness, because it doesn't feel good when that love comes out. And then we go to victim mode. Who's doing that to me?
So there's no excuses then, is there, Claudio?
Nope. Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Please forgive me for not being the loving man I should have always been, Karen.
Oh, yes, I remember that, yeah. I have said that quite a lot, you know.
I do it all day long, every day.
Things have changed, Claudio.
I know they have. I can see it everywhere.
But there's going to be more people like you who can talk about this. Not everybody can talk about these things. They can't.
It's increasing exponentially. They're coming out of the woodwork. What happens is law of attraction. If we're not there full time, it won't attract to you. If you're there full time, law of attraction kicks in and it'll be all around you. And I'm getting all kinds of people from all over the world that are in that state of mind. If we stay in the material world, we'll just keep getting tempted over and over again.
You've got to get there yourself, haven't you?
No one else can do it for you. But it will hit a peak. And then everyone starts transforming quickly, but it's not good. If you haven't done your work clearing your waters, you're going to feel it. But as long as you know that it's not anything, if you're going to go to the medical industry to let them give you a label, then you're not understanding with the wave that's hitting you.
Like, you know, when you wake up, sometimes it is in levels, isn't it? You know, like some people will say they've woken up but still think that Trump's great or something, or that Liverpool's great, the football team, or, you know.
Why do we talk about an individual? That individual, like any individual, is going to cleanse. Don't even that's why the they is there, because we.
What I mean is, in your world, there's no colours, there's no politics.
Right.
I mean, I know they're there, but they don't really exist.
That's where the they comes in. We're creating it.
They don't really exist in your world.
Well, they don't exist in anybody's worlds unless they allow it. So if the they is us, we're imagining somebody that's a hero. They're doing nothing but just playing out what they want you to think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When we were younger, you used to think, oh, someone say like, oh, Harrison Ford, oh, he's such a hero, he's such a great actor. Now I
Yeah.
think, how could I think that?
Right. We're all the actors of our own life based on our actions. And if we're allowing our images to come into our body, it becomes what we want. The images that you create, you allow in, is what creates your next incarnation. Every now moment, you are projecting yourself into the next womb. So why not design your life? You're a god, you're a goddess. Why don't you design your next life every day? Because you are creating the next womb.
Yeah, I was just saying, is this right? I can't remember now. Today is your tomorrow, but you're still thinking about yesterday.
Right. Monkey brain, right?
Yeah, well, I know, but it's sometimes quite hard. There's a lot of things on people's minds, like, yeah, just is, isn't there? Stress.
Yeah, but if they realize it's their own thoughts that are putting them there, it's their own actions of the past that are putting them there, and all they got to do is the forgiveness process and start reimagining all their past and their future, and they get to have it as long as it's love and as long as you've cleared the forgiveness with the forgiveness process. That's Moses' staff. You get to part the noisy waters.
Well, I
But the more
thought,
and more we talk about it, the
Claudio,
more and more we live it, the more and more it becomes us. It's your
I thought,
choice.
I thought, Claudio, there's probably about two things in life you can't beat: death and the weather. I mean, I know that they mess around with our weather, but you can't, whatever they're doing, you can't change it. But everything else you can. It's your thoughts and your mind.
But I'm going to expand on both of those. There's no such thing as death. You always reincarnate into a new womb. The firmament is the womb of the mother. We're in a womb right now, all of us, and then we're constantly projecting ourselves into the next womb by our actions. There's no
Oh, I
such
know what
thing.
you're going to say about the weather. You're going to say if we were happier, the weather gets better. Maybe everybody's a bit
Exactly.
happier in England at the moment because we've got
Exactly.
quite nice weather.
We watch the plants and the animals call for the rain. I've had scenarios where I start saying something and a cloud forms and rains on me where there was no cloud in the sky.
No.
Who changes the weather? The weather is the ether. Take the W and the ether, the woman, the womb, and the ether. That's what's weather spelt from. And it's her, Her, with her. It's love. So love, you get to change the weather. So yes, we can steer the weather with our minds. There is no they that's controlling the weather. They cannot, because you and everybody's mind can do that. The rest is
Mm.
all
Did you
placebo.
make those harp clouds though, Claudio?
If you want that to be your reality, sister, then
No, I don't. I just see them sometimes.
you will give it
Can I
strength.
just say, you've probably got about 6 or 7 minutes left. It'll tell me when there's a minute, so I can warn you when I say we're at a minute now. But you've got
Okay.
another few minutes.
Yeah. Don't let anything, no one can control your life. You can stay as long as you want. They used to live up to 900 years in the past. You can reincarnate in this body without leaving, but you have to know who you are to do it. I keep telling myself I'm going to 180. It's my choice. When you realize that you're infinite and you're creating your next womb, why you don't have to leave, you can stay. But here's the ticket. It's really important. We reincarnate when we're let's say we're destined by our actions to come out in 50 years from now, or 20 years from now, or 10 years from now. While we're waiting, we come back as insects, animals, anima, animal. The word anima is an animal, means soul guide. That's why the Egyptian hieroglyphs have animal-headed gods and goddesses, because we become them. So you might want to think twice the next time you let anything in your mouth on who you're eating. And if you see an insect, you might want to think twice to give that insect love. Because I've had many, many encounters when people leave the visible and they show up right away as an animal, as an insect.
Yeah, but also, like, well, it's not that you have taught me really, whenever you see a little animal or a fly bumps into you, it means something else and you're not taking notice of it. The animals are always talking to you or doing things, yeah?
Yes. So that's why I became vegan. I don't want to eat my relatives.
Oh, I suppose that's a way of putting it, Claudio.
There's more than enough truth and proof for me. I don't need any more proof. So the farmers that are doing these things to the animals, guess who gets to come back and feel that experience?
Oh no.
Yes. That's why I'm saying it on video, because I want to let them know they got a lot of animals to ask for forgiveness. I ask every animal and insect for forgiveness when I see them. There are guides, there are soul guides to help us remember who we are. And so that's why they're afraid to come in front of us, because they know we're sleeping. Leviticus that talks about that you can eat the insects is so misinterpreted when you go back to look at the Hebrew. It doesn't say, it says to take them in as guidance, not eat them. Like here in London, Ontario, they have a cricket manufacturer where they're raising crickets for you to eat.
Oh,
That's the people that are doing that job, guess what they're going to come back as for a while.
I wasn't sure if it's almost the same for the humans as well. Well, it's just meat as well, really, in that fake thing. If you're stuck in that, you're just meat.
Right.
Yeah, we've got
That's
a
where the
couple of
theory of
minutes. Yeah.
evolution comes in, because what actions we do to our relatives in non-human form, we get to experience. That's a tough one. It's one of the last rabbit holes to go down.
Well, you've probably been down all the rabbit holes, haven't you? But no, actually, no, you stayed
I
pretty
can say that. I got no
level.
idea, but it's really easy to decipher which one's real and which one's not now.
Yes. You have
If
to
it's
sort of get
love,
yourself above all that, don't you, really? Because if you log into that, you're just going to be stressed out the whole time, and most of it's not real. So get above it.
what's real is Mother Nature. That's where grounding is. You ground in love. The heart chakra is the ground. People think that the root chakra is the ground. No, the heart chakra is the ground. It's green. It's the
Mm.
green. The green is ground in electricity. The green of the earth is the dielectric inertial plane. It's ground.
I think we're almost coming up for the last minute, Claudio, but that's quite good, isn't it? Because, you've said everything that you needed to say. You wanted to explain about your new video, and everybody, I'll put the link of that video in my description, and go and watch the whole video on Claudio's channel.
Yeah, it's really invigorating to know that we're going to get the abundance the inheritance that it's time now. It's set by the mother, the clock, the phoenix rising. So it's time now. It's going to be an amazing place to live in our new minds, our new crown.
Excellent.
Yeah. So thank you, Karen.
Oh, no, thank you, Claudio. And for your mind.
It's our mind. It's one mind. We just got to clear the air.
Yeah, but you're you're a very nice person. Not everybody is so nice, are they?
They will be. We're
At the
inherently
end,
good.
you mean, they're going to be.
We're inherently good. Yep.
I think we've still got another minute, but I do appreciate you coming and explaining that. Obviously, Claudia and I had to be on. Oh, yeah, it says a minute now. Claudia and I had to be on twice to sort of record and do different things. A bit bizarre that, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. I love your pictures and I love the way you explain things, Claudia. So thanks very much, and for everybody who's watched this video.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Love you all. And please forgive me for not being a loving man I should have always been.
Oh, Claudio, no, you are. And thank you very much indeed.